In this video, we can see the power factor improvement by using a static capacitor. So now you look at the figure 1. So in the figure 1, we connect a load that is in inductive nature, which connects to a voltage supply V, and I be the current through the load and V be the circuit voltage. I is the circuit current, V is the circuit voltage. In figure 2, we connected a capacitor across this load. Okay, so in this case, V is the circuit voltage and IB is the I dash be the circuit current. In previous one, I be the circuit current, here I dash be the circuit current. Because the difference between I and I dash means in the second figure, we connect a capacitor so that the capacitor draws a current, that is IC. Okay, capacitor draws a current of IC and the load also draws a current of I. So I dash equal to IC plus I. So that is the difference between figure 1 and figure 2. In figure 1, the circuit voltage is V, circuit current is I. In figure 2, circuit voltage is V, circuit current is I dash. So actually the figure 1 shows the it is the circuit before the power factor correction. Figure 2 is the circuit after the power factor correction by adding a capacitor parallel with the load. Now we look at the phasor diagram. So initially based on figure 1, first we draw the voltage as a reference. Okay, in both circuits V be the voltage, it's common. So we draw voltage as a reference value. Then next one from the first circuit I, okay, the load current I. This is the I is the load current in circuit 1, and here I, this I is the load current. I is the load current in circuit 2 also. So you draw I, you draw the I as a lagging nature because it is inductive nature. So you draw I, this is the I which lags behind the voltage with angle of phi 1. That means the voltage between V and I be the phi 1. Now to improve the power factor, we add a capacitor parallel with the load. So actually the capacitor draws a leading current, that is IC. It is a pure capacitor, so the nature of the IC, that is leads above the voltage with an angle of 90. It is a pure nature of capacitor. So we draw the IC above the V with an angle of 90 degree. So that is IC. And now the circuit current I dash is the resultant of IC and I. So we have already drawn I and IC. Now we draw the resultant of IC and I, that is I dash. By constructing a parallelogram between IC and I, we get another vector, that is I dash, and phi 2. Phi 2 is the angle between V and the circuit current, voltage and circuit current. I dash be the circuit current of second figure, that is the circuit after the power factor correction. So phi 1 is the angle between V and I before the power factor correction. Phi 2 is the angle between V and I dash, that is the angle after the power factor correction. So this is the phasor representation of a system which connects a capacitor parallel with the load. Okay, and here I dash be the what is I dash? I dash be the circuit current after the power factor correction. Okay, after the power factor correction. So here I dash is less than original current of I. Okay, original current of I. Okay, I dash is less than original current of I. The second one, the active component, active or wattful component. So what is the active component of the circuit before the power factor correction? That is I cos phi 1. Then what is the active component of circuit 2? That is after the power factor correction, that is I dash cos phi. So for power factor improvement, the active component before and after the power factor correction is same. So we can write I cos phi 1 equal to I dash cos phi 2. No change in active component, only change occur in reactive component. So that's why we write I cos phi 1 minus I dash cos phi 2. Then reactive component. Okay, in reactive component, I dash sin phi 2. I dash sin phi 2 be the reactive component of the circuit after the power factor correction. Okay, then I sin phi 1 be the reactive component before the power factor correction. And in this case, in both circuit, the reactive component of two circuit is not same. Okay, so we can write I dash sin phi 2 equal to I sin phi 1 minus IC, capacitor current. Okay, capacitor current. And also we know that active component are same, I cos phi 1 equal to I dash cos phi 2. Then Vi cos phi 1. Okay, Vi cos phi 1 equal to Vi dash cos phi 2, because Vi cos phi 1 means active power. Active power before the capacitor, before the power factor correction. Vi dash cos phi 2 be the active power after the power factor correction. So no change in active component means the active power of both the case after and before the power factor correction are same. So we can write Vi cos phi 1 equal to Vi dash cos phi 2. So therefore the active power remains unchanged due to the power factor improvement. Only change happen in reactive component or reactive power. Then I dash sin phi 2, that is the reactive component after the power factor correction. I dash sin phi 2 equal to I sin phi 1 minus IC, where I sin phi 1 be the reactive component before the power factor correction, IC be the capacitor current. And multiplying with V in this equation, the equation becomes Vi dash into sin phi 2 equal to Vi sin phi 1 minus VIC. Okay, so what is Vi dash sin phi 2? Vi dash sin phi 2 is the reactive component or kVAR, reactive component or kVAR after power factor correction. Okay, Vi dash sin phi 2 is equal to reactive power or kVAR after power factor correction. Vi sin phi 1. So what is Vi sin phi 1? Vi sin phi 1 be the reactive component before the power factor correction. So that is kVAR before the power factor correction minus what is VIC? VIC is the leading kVAR of capacitor. Leading kVAR of equipment, that is capacitor, VIC. Then we move to the three-phase system. So in three-phase system also, if we connect the capacitor parallel with the three-phase, we can improve the power factor. So we can connect the capacitor in either delta connection or star connection. So that is the power factor improvement in three-phase system. Now we move to the calculation of power factor. In this diagram, a capacitor connected across a inductive nature load. Okay, and actually we have drawn the phasor diagram. So initially we drawn V as a reference, then draw I, phasor vector I be the load current. Okay, then due to the capacitor draws a IC current, that is IC. So that is in that is capacitive nature. That means the IC leads the voltage with an angle of 90 degree. It is a pure capacitor. So draw IC with an angle of 90 degree with V. Okay. Then draw the final current, that is circuit current, that is I dash. So I dash, this is the I dash. So I dash be the resultant of both IC and I. So constructing a parallelogram, we can plot, we can draw the circuit current I dash, and the power factor after the power factor correction is phi 2, and before the power factor correction, its angle is phi 1. The angle between V and I is phi 1. So we improved the improved the angle from phi 1 to phi 2. Okay. So here actually I dash sine phi 2. Okay, I dash sine phi 2 equal to I sine phi minus IC. Okay, then from this equation IC equal to you can calculate IC, capacitor current. IC equal to I sine phi 1 minus I dash sine phi 2. Okay, so that is the capacitor current IC. So once we know the IC value, we can calculate the capacity of our capacitor, because actually XC equal to we know that XC equal to XC, that is the reactance of capacitor. XC equal to V by IC, that is another equation. XC equal to V by IC, that is equal to 1 by omega C, 1 by omega C or 1 by 2 pi FC. Okay, omega means 2 pi F, where F is the frequency, C is the capacitor. So V by IC, we can write V by IC equal to 1 by omega C. So from the figure now we know the IC. We already calculated IC value, and V, that is a voltage that we know, and W, that is 2 pi F, frequency is known value, and from this equation we calculate capacitor value, C value. Okay, so C value is equal to, actually from this equation, C is equal to IC by omega V. IC by omega V. And now we move to the power triangle. The influence influence in a power triangle when we connect a capacitor in our circuit. So this is the power triangle. So initially the after and before power factor correction circuit, the active component or active power remains same. So we draw kilowatt as a reference, OA kilowatt. Then we have 2 kVAR. 1 kVAR is the reactive power before the capacitor power factor correction. So that is kVAR1. So kVAR1 is the reactive power before the power factor correction. Okay. Then kVA1 is the apparent power before the power factor correction. Then phi 1 is the angle between kilowatt and kVA1. So phi 1 is the angle in the circuit before the power factor correction. kVAR2, that is the reactive power after the power factor correction, kVAR2. kVA2 be the reactive apparent power after the power factor correction. Phi 2 be the angle between the kilowatt and kVA2. That is the phi is the angle between the circuit after the power factor correction. So in this equation, leading kVAR supplied by the correction equipment, that is equal to BC. So actually BC is we supplying the reactive component by using the capacitor. So the leading kVAR supplied by PF correction equipment, BC equal to AB, from the triangle BC equal to AB minus AC. Okay, so what is AB? AB is equal to kVAR1. AB is equal to kVAR1 and AC is equal to kVAR2. So write kVAR1 minus kVAR2. So that is equal to OA into tan phi 1 minus tan phi 2. Okay, so OA tan phi 1. What is OA tan phi 1? OA tan phi 1 is equal to kVAR1. Okay, so tan phi 1, you can see tan phi 1 is equal to kVAR1 by kW. That equation we can take kVAR1 is equal to O tan phi 1. And finally we can write what is OA? OA is kilowatt. So kilowatt into tan phi 1 minus tan phi 2. That's all.